Welcome. My name is Debbie and this is Pouring My Art Out for the Lord, and I'm going to show you how to make a cover using a file folder today. And I'm going to make a very similar cover to this one that I made, probably over a year ago now. It opens with just a simple tie closure at the side, and then this kind of wraps around, so I have a gusset on the flip the same size as my spine, which is 1.5 inches. So that opens up like this. And then on this side I have an insert pocket that I'm going to build into this new one as well. And then I'm not going to do the signatures today. I'll do that on a subsequent video. But I'll just put that aside for now. So this is what I have, and this is probably not something that's readily available to most people. It's a file folder. I cut down a file folder. Here's one of the file folders, how they come. They're huge. Okay, so if you don't have this, you could take a couple of pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock, and if you look at the measurements on this, from one end to the far end of the spine is 11 inches. And if you look at the other side, it's again 11 inches. So from the far end, from this side to the far end of the spine is 11 inches. So what you can do is take your two pieces of cardstock, you can overlap them 1.5 inches. So you could even score this one at 1.5, score this one at 1.5, and overlap them, and then that will be a sturdier spine. And then you could do what I'm doing with these ends, and then you would cut it down to the measurement that you require for your journal. So lots of different options. You can use a regular file folder, and you may get enough real estate from that, maybe not quite as wide of a flap, but that's fine too. But this is what I'm using. So this measures 20.5 inches by 8.75 inches. This is my first signature. So I want it to be just slightly taller. So I just have a 1/4 inch extra, but I want it to be a little bit wider this way. Because sometimes things stick out or what have you, they start coming out when it's full. So I've made that a little bit more. So this is 5.5-ish inches and this is 6 inches. So basically the important measurements are you need 1.5 inches for the spine, you need 6 inches here and 6 inches here. These can be variable and you can add them on afterwards with cardstock or what have you. So hopefully that makes sense. This one I'm going to make for my Inspired Junk Journals group, and we're working on a study called God's Big Picture. And here's a couple of the pages from the digitals for that. All the details are in my coffee shop if you're interested in joining us. So I've printed out 2 of each of them because I'm going to need to cover all of this real estate here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, this will be my front cover. So I want to do just a panel at the front like this. I don't like to necessarily fold the cardstock over the edges. You certainly can. I've had bad luck with that cracking over time, and I just like the look of a little bit of a border. As you can see with this border, there's a little bit of the lines showing, which doesn't bother me at all. It kind of just adds to that vintagey vibe that I like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, and you can see on this one I also have book tape, which I'm going to use again. My book tape is only 2 inches. So it just overlaps a tiny bit. So I'm going to do, I'm just going to add a little bit of a border between these two, and then cut my piece. So like I said, this was 6 inches wide. So I'm going to cut this at 5 3/4 inches wide. So I can decide if I want to use this side, if I want to use this side. I think I probably like that side, so I'm going to use that side. So I need 5 3/4 inches. For that. And I think what I'm going to do is do some of this stuff off camera. I don't think you need to see me inking and gluing and all that stuff. So I'm just going to sort of place my my pieces. So I'm just going to put a little piece of tape there so I can easily take that off. So that will be my front cover there. My spine I'm not going to worry about because I'm going to have that 2-sided tape there. So then I have the back, and the back I want to be the same paper. And I could have a gap there. I could put some lace here or different things if you just want to use one piece of paper. I've decided to just print 2 and have a second one at the back. So I'll probably use the other side for the back. So again, I want 5 3/4 inches. Running out of space on my desk. I think I have to clean up. Okay, so that one will live right there. So just put a tiny piece of tape there so I can take it off later. Okay, so that's my cover. Will look like that. Then on my inside, this is going to be glued down. So I'm going to have a pocket there. But I want to line the inside of this. So, but I don't need to have it all the whole way. So I'm going to do it from, just from here, a little bit away from the spine, just, you know, 1/8 of an inch away from the spine. And I'm going to have it tuck into the pocket, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, something like that. If I do it this way, if I do 3 inches, maybe I'll just do 3.5 inches. That'll give me about 1 inch here. So, and I want the flowers to show beyond the pocket. So I'm not going to use this side. I'm going to use this side. So I'm going to cut that at 3.5 inches. I'm going through kind of the process of what I'm thinking because I almost did that wrong. 3.5 inches. Can't talk and work at the same time. Because you may have different sized covers, different sized papers, so I'm trying to give you some options or just talk you through the process so that you can adapt it to whatever you have. So again, I would just do a little bit of a, I'm not worried about lining this up too precisely right now. So that will look like this. Then on the other side, I want to cover this entire piece. This will open up. So I need 5 3/4 for that one. So this will be enough for that. And all of these papers, I'm just using the full height because the height is 8.5 inches. I printed border to border. So 8.5 inches, and my journal is, my cover is 8 3/4. So there's perfect border there for that. So 5 3/4 here I want. So that will go like there. All right, and then I need a small piece there and another piece there. So this one will not be quite big enough for that, but it will fit here. So this will be, should be 1.5 inches. So I think I'll do it, because it's a smaller area, I think I'm going to do it just 1/16 of an inch, no, 1/8 of an inch shy of 1.5. So if you put it at 1.5 and then just go, it's usually 1 notch on your cutting board, but instead of the 1/4 inch like we've been doing for the other ones, just because it's a smaller area and I think that it just kind of looks better that way. So that will be there. Just tack that on there. Now I need another piece for here, and am I going to use this, or am I might use something different for the flap here, so, and I'll probably do something for this one as well. So it doesn't really matter what part of this piece I use. So this is 2 inches. So let's see if I do 1 3/4. How am I going to do with the flower there? Oh, that's all right. Okay, so then this will be, oh, I just noticed this flower is upside down. So I will turn that around like that. And then this one will go in this direction. You're probably all yelling at me, that flower's upside down, don't glue it there. Okay, so we've got that. This will be covered by the spine that we end up attaching our signatures to, so I'm not worried about that. This is not going to be seen because this is going to be glued down. So I still need a piece for the front there and a piece for this. So I could use this to continue that from the front. Or I could use something totally different. I'm just going to continue using these papers. You could use a 3rd paper if you want. So this is 3.5 inches. So I'm going to cut this at 3.25 inches. So 3.25. I'm just going to slice my butterfly in half, but that's okay. So that will live there. I like how that looks. Like that. And then this side, I think I'll do the same. So this will actually fit perfectly right there. So I'm just going to use that one right there. And then I need one more piece right here. So that will be, that's our 1.5 inch spine. And that one I did, instead of 1 1/4, I did 1/8 more for that one, just to give it a little bit. There'll be less border, but I think it looks a little better because it's such a skinny piece. And that will go right there. Like that. There. So that's basically my cover. It will look like this. You can put this on the outside, or you can tuck it on the inside like that, which is what I did with my other one. And basically you've got kind of a box shape then. And then this will open, and this will be a pocket, and this will open like a flap, and then our signatures and all that stuff will be in there. So I'm just going to ink everything, glue everything down, and I'll show you the final result at the end. Okay, so here's my finished cover, or finished to this point anyways. I just inked all the edges and glued things on. I used this ATG gun, which is ancient, to tape all of the papers. I did all around the edges, and then I did a few strips in the middle, and then I went around all of the edges with this really super thick tacky glue, because I have found when I just use the ATG gun it will sometimes come up there, so that's what I use for adhesive. So it opens like this. This will be, or is, a pocket. So I think I'm going to put like my introductory materials in there. And then I left that open for our spine, for our signatures. This is all taped together. And then this will form kind of a box shape like this. So you have a gusset on this side and a spine on this side that are the same size. And then there's the back. So easy peasy. I have done, like I said, I based this on this book that I made a while ago. And I think I'm going to probably do the same closure because I like this closure here. But I have a very detailed step-by-step video or series of videos to make this journal. So I'm going to link that below. I'll link the playlist. So if you want more information on the cover and even the signatures, we haven't got to that point yet here, but you can watch that and get lots more details. So I'll link those below. So go ahead and make your cover, and we'll see you in the next video. Blessings.